Good morning. Yesterday I have given a very small note, introductory note on this herd mania, the topic herd mania. It is a Eurochordate. Today we will continue with this topic and we will discuss with habitat and external morphology. First of all, I want to show what type of animal is. So we can draw the animal. So if we see the animal, it is like it is just like this. If we see the animal and there is a covering, the animal, the whole body of animal is covered with a cellulose like substance that is known as the substance is known as the tunicin, and this covering is known as the test. So I am just very fast doing the things. So you can see the animal, a rough diagram of the animal, and you can see the two apertures here. The body is demarcated. The body is rectangular and demarcated with the here, and you can see the two part, the upper distal part and the proximal, the lower, the base part. So we will do later on. First I want to discuss about the habitat. So as far as habitat is concerned, it is marine, pelagic means surface dweller, shallow water, and it attaches itself, because it is fixed in nature, sedentary in nature, so it attaches itself with that of the substratum in the sea or with the sand by the help of this lower part that is called foot. So a number of animals harbor in this foot, like gastropods and small microscopic animals like algae, diatoms, and other small animals, microscopic animals. They live inside this foot, and a very special species of the gastropod that is known as the Turbinella. It lives in commensal with this herd mania. And the animal, because the gastropods are moving animals, they are free swimming animals, so this gastropod takes the animal from one place to other, and in turn the herd mania protects the gastropod with that of the from the enemies. So this is a type of relationship that is known as the commensalism. We also do these all commensal and symbiosis in our ecology. So this is the nature, the habitat. So we have the habit and habitat, the first heading of our topic. Now what is the external morphology? External morphology you are seeing here. So if we see, the body is divisible into two parts. First of all, if we see the shape and size, the body is somewhat rectangular, and it is approximately 9.5 into 7 into 4, means it is 9.5 centimeter long, 7 centimeter broad, and 4 centimeter thick animal. So and it is just like a purse-like structure, and body is clearly divisible into two. The lower is known as the foot, and the upper part is the body proper. The upper part and the whole body is covered by a thick, leathery, transparent covering that is known as the test. This is test. This test is very peculiar in case of this herd mania, and this consists of cellulose-like material that is known as the tunicin. This is tunicin that covers the body, whole body, and that's why these animals because of the presence of this tunicin, these animals or these ascidians are also known as tunicates. 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 Another name we can also call them tunicates. Now they are commonly known as the sea squids. Sea squids, because they have these two opening on the distal part of the body proper, and from here suddenly they squeeze or the squids the water, so that they are also known as the sea squids. So again, recalling the body proper, distal end has two opening. At the anterior side it has the opening or the small cylindrical structure. You can see the two cylindrical structure, one on the dorsal side and one on the anterior side. The anterior side, the siphon, this is known as the branchial siphon, the cylindrical structure, branchial siphon, and the dorsal sides, this cylindrical outgrowth or the protuberance or the projection is known as atrial siphon. Atrial siphon. Atrial siphon. And at the tip of these two siphons there are two openings respectively. The branchial siphon's opening is known as the branchial aperture. Branchial aperture. And the atrial siphon's opening is known as the, this is atrial aperture. These two apertures, from the branchial apertures, the water enters with food and oxygen and it is expelled outside with the help of this atrial aperture. So the two apertures are very, very important as far as physiology of this animal is concerned, and these two apertures are guarded by the lips, which are also made up of this test or tunicin, very elastic test or tunicin. As far as foot is concerned, foot has a number of, foot is also made up of, totally made up of the test or tunicin, and it also has a number of microorganisms and the algae and diatoms and other small animals which are present inside this test. In living condition, the animal looks pinkish in color, but in preserved condition it is yellowish brown. The pinkish colors is due to the presence of some vascular ampullae on the surface of the test outside. The test is somehow, it is leathery, but it is transparent. So this is the outer characters or the features of this animal, and the animal looks like this. So again, what other features if we see inside the test or whatever. So again, recalling, first we have done the body proper and we have done the two, mainly the key features are the two apertures and the siphons are there. The water enters from the one side and expelled out through this branchial atrial aperture. Another, we have discussed the foot, and about all the things, the test. So what is the now test? I have just described that test is made up of the cellulose like structure, the tunicin. Now let us see, if we see the vertical section, if we cut in the vertical section of this leathery layer, so what we will see, just I have explained you about the vascular ampullae. So in test there are present a number of blood vessels with vascular vessels with the which are ending in the ampullar structure on the surface of the test. If we see and cut the VS or the vertical section of this test, besides a number of cells are there, a number of types of the cells, and the interlacing fibers and the various types of spicules are there. So if we see the structure of test, I'm just rubbing it. You are now came to know the shape and size and what type of Herdmania is. Now if we see the test, we are just want to study the test, the outer covering of this animal, what it has. So we see that if we see a rough diagram of the test, so we can see this type of ampullar structure outside at the surface. This is the surface of test, and this type of interlacing, all the reticular structure of the vessels are found inside. We can make the like this, the anastomosing structure or the anastomosing vessels are there present in the test. So you can also make some branches like this and like this. So, and besides, there present a number of cells and spicules like this. They can be like this, spicules. They may be the pin-headed. So this is a rough diagram to show the vertical section of the test, what structures the test has. So this is a test, and these are the ampulla, these are the vessels, these are the cells, a number of types of cells are there, maybe the this nerve cells and the other cells, a number of cells, we will discuss it. So, and these are the spicules. So somewhat this type of structure is there. If we want to know about the test, a short note may come on the topic test, 2 number ka question may be come for this test. So how you came to know the morphology, the body parts, how the body is divisible, and the outer covering of the this body test. So now we what type of cells are found. I have already discussed and told you about the ampullae and blood vessels, etc. So if you want to describe the test, so test has what just recall, vascular ampullae with blood vessels. Okay, we can say blood vessels with vascular ampullae. Then we have seen a number of cells, different type of cells, then spicules and interlacing fibrils. These are the structure which are found inside the test. So we have seen in the this rough diagram that what are the blood vessels, how the anastomosing the blood vessels are, and vascular ampullae also. Now what type of cells are there? So the number of type of cells are present inside. What type of cells? If we see, there may be the large eosinophilic cells, then small eosinophilic cells, then we have seen vacuolated cells, vacuolated cells. Then we have seen the nerve cells. Then squamous epithelial cells. And other nerve cells I have told you, the squamous epithelial cells and the amoeboid cells. These are some important kind of cells which are found inside the test. These cells are present and do their a number of functions there. So you can draw that very easily if you see the large and small eosinophil cells. So you can draw like with the nucleus eccentric. Eccentric means nucleus is not present in center. So this is the large eosinophilic cells. If you want to draw this, so you can make a very small eosinophil cells with the eccentric nucleus. Vacuolated cells already you can make the vacuoles inside. And nerve cells, as we know how it is the nerve cell, these are with the nerve endings and the dendrites. So you can draw like this. These are the nerve cell. Squamous epithelial cells are like this. You know the layer of squamous epithelial cells like this. So you can draw a layer of this squamous epithelial cells like this. So you can make a full layer of this. And amoeboid cells, you know, with the pseudopodia. This is the amoeboid cells with the nucleus. So you can draw all these cells. So now you came to know the structure of test, what type of cells are there, and what test other structures are, like the vascular ampullae I have told you, which are present on the surface of the test, and then inside they are present a number of cells like this. And besides these cells and the vascular ampullae and the vessels, there are present some interlacing fibrils which are just similar to that of the, they are very elastic, and they are just similar to the muscle fiber. They help in contraction and relaxation of the test. So besides interlacing fibers and various cells and blood vessels, we have special types of spicules inside the test, which may be of two types, the large and the small. So now we will discuss the spicules which are present in the test. Spicules in the test. There are two types of spicules, microscleres and megascleres. Microscleres, scleres and megascleres. Micro, as name indicated, again micro means small, mega means large. So the spicules which are very small in size are known as the microscleres, and the large one is known as the megascleres. So microscleres, what type of shape they have? Microscleres are the small pin-like structure, paper pin-like structure with the knob at the head and the small pointed end. And with and each this microsclere has a number of ring all around the length, the ring of spines. They are projected outwards. So you can make like this the structure. The whole body of this microscleres is surrounded with the equidistant these rings, and these are the spines or are projected outwards. Like this, the megascleras also, they are larger naturally, as name indicated. They are larger in size and they are of two shape. One is the spindle shape and second is the pipette shape. Spindle shape, if we see, we know the spindle. So these are something like this. The two end pointed and in middle there is a swelling. This is the spindle shape. And pipette shape means you have a pipette in your chemistry lab. This is like this with a bulb in middle, and you can draw the rings of spines which surround the whole body of the megasclera. This is like this. We can make the diagram, because you know in zoology nothing without the diagrams. So you can make like this. In this diagram also you can complete it like this. So there are the two type of megascleras. One is the this spindle shape and second is the pipette shape. So we also came to know about the test. We have done all the structures, what structures are present in the test, and we have done the what type of body the Herdmania has. So today we have completed the external features or morphology of this animal, and in future we will also continue with the different digestive system and the circulatory system separately. So thank you for today.